Hello everyone, I am casting a game of Starcraft 2 on the custom map, the fastest map ever. I kinda like this map because it's very action-oriented. You can use a lot of crazy strategies, and even though you're not really worrying about economy that much, there's still a lot of interesting tactics, and it can be pretty fun to play. I am the Red Terran, of course, and I always start by building these two supply depots because there's a lot of cannon rushing on this map. It's a very powerful strategy, and if you can see the probe running by, then you should be able to kill the probe with SCVs, which is why I always do it. And then I just go straight into barracks. And our allies are the blue Protoss Azlator, the pink Terran freight train, and the green Protoss Iron Man. So they have a very nice position. I am stuck in the middle of nowhere. Now our opponents, they actually have a Zerg player, the teal Zerg Asus, and they have three Protoss players, Garoha, Lokahi, and Totsmagoats. So it looks like Pink is trying to wall in here with gateways and pylons, but he's not exactly doing a good job at it. I recommend walling in at the choke point if possible. Looks like Purple is going mass gateway, and I don't know what he's doing yet. Kind of a little slow on the draw there. And our ally Green, he's going to be doing mass gateway. And, you know, we can see that because he is going dual cybernetic score, he's likely going to go straight up into Stargates. So, let's see if he does it. I don't know yet. But, as you can see here, I usually, if I'm trying to rush, I usually get 2 barracks, then I get 2 factories, and at the same time I get a tech lab and reactor. Then I switch the 2 factories and the 2 barracks, and this lets me get out Hellions very quickly. Then I try to get Blue Flame and about 6 to 8 Hellions, at which point I will rush the enemy. And if you look at Pink, he actually has a sort of semi-wall on. This is kind of interesting what he does, but he actually got twice as many, well, he didn't get twice as many, but he got 3 factories and 3 barracks. So he's going to have Hellions much quicker, but his defense is going to be a little more open. But it shouldn't be that big of an issue because he has a really nice positioning. So, as you can see, his Infernal Pre-Igniter is on the way. Let's look at the production. You can see here that we are both getting Infernal Pre-Igniter. I'm getting a bunch of command centers also because I like to have a bunch of orbitals. It also helps Terran get their SCVs much quicker because they need a lot of SCVs. It looks like Teal is getting Mass Hatchery, very useful, Evolution Chamber, all that good stuff. And indeed, Blue is going for the Mass Stargate build, which generally transfers into carriers or Void Rays. Now, if you can see here, Pink already got out 4 Hellions, and he's going to just send them right into Teal's base, which is a very powerful strategy because, as you can see, his harvester count just plummeted, and he just went down to 2 harvesters, and he's getting no resources, and he actually has very little minerals because he's been spending them all on these photon cannons. Now, I don't know why he built another photon cannon, because this means he won't be able to build any units, and now he's stuck because he can't defend his base and he can't build any more nexuses. At the same time, he actually got more Hellions and he's sending them to the Zerg base, while I am going against the purple Protoss here. You can see he's getting a bunch of Stalkers, which will be useful, but I'm going to actually sneak around so he can't see my Hellions coming. And I'm just going to run right in there, and there goes all of his Hellions. At the same time, he's lost all of his drones, and so that is pretty much it for their economy. You can see that their resources, for these 2 players at least, for Pink and Teal, are pretty low. Problem against going against a Zerg player is that they can get drones up really fast, but in this case it didn't really matter that much. And as you can see here, Pink just goes right in there and kills the other Pink, I guess, and while I'm going to be going against the Zerg, so pretty soon. And during this time, I'm transitioning into mass infantry. I was a little slow getting this up, but I should have a very solid defense soon if they try to counterattack. Well, he's actually getting cloaked banshees, so that will be interesting. At the same time, the macro green Protoss, yeah, he's actually kind of mad because he lost his entire economy. As you can see here, he is gone. And teal also has nothing going on, so that's that for them. And green has built up a ton of stalkers, while blue has built up a huge amount of carriers and void rays, so they're pretty much screwed. And I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point. I mean, this just shows the power of a pair of dedicated harassment Terran players. They can just completely end the game in one team's favor. They can just control the game so easily because they can prevent units from being built. And, I mean, they were pretty much screwed at this point, so they decided to leave. And honestly, the lesson you can get from this match is if you're Terran, you should try to build Hellions very quickly if possible. If you Protoss, try to build a decent wall in. Don't worry about cannons so much. Just get a lot of pylons in the front, and then maybe a couple of stalkers. And, you know, what Terrans can also do is drops, but they can be very difficult too. You know, I honestly think that the best team in this map is 2 macro Protoss and 2 harassment Terran, because they can deal with just about any set of threats and win matches pretty decisively, so I hope you enjoyed this game. If this gets a positive response, I may put up more games in the future, but thank you for watching.